African Bank says it will be issuing 685.3 million new ordinary shares at a discount of 38.72%. Now, the bank plans to raise 5.5 billion rand at a subscription price of 800 cents per rights offer share. Now, on the line now, Johan Scholtz, a bank analyst at AfriFocus. Johan, thanks for joining us on Closing Bell. So just looking at the discount there and the announcement, of course, coming through finally for the rights offer, almost 40% discount you're looking at. I mean, how do you think shareholders will react, and what are your thoughts on the latest numbers given by Abil?
Yeah, I sort of expected that it was going to be quite a steep discount to the prevailing share price. That's obviously a function of the fact that Goldman Sachs underwriters, in all probability, don't want to end up with a bunch load of African Bank script. So the steeper the discount, the higher the incentive for shareholders to take up their rights. Otherwise, they stand the risk of being quite highly diluted. In terms of rights issues, it's sometimes a bit of a contentious issue whether the discount actually means anything, in the sense that obviously shareholders now also get what's commonly known as null-paid letters or the warrants for the right to subscribe to African Bank script at the 8 Rand level.
And they also obviously came out with this 11-month trading update, and what has really stood out from Abil this year is how many updates we've got from the bank in recent months. Looking at the 11 months to the end of August, you're looking at HEPS falling 88% despite interest income up by 24%, and of course taking an 87% credit impairment hit there, that rising by 87%. So overall, the bank is under pressure. We knew that from their latest trading update. But anything that you take out of what they gave to us today here?
Yeah, there was really precious little in the latest trading update that we got. Like you said, I think we're standing now at 3 over the past month or something like that. So I think they've communicated pretty well to the market by now. Exactly the quantum of the write-downs that they need to take. So there was really no new information contained in today's trading update.
Now, Johan, I understand that you were covering global banks in 2008. So does what's taking place at African Bank here, banks certainly under pressure, remind you of any of the banking scenarios that were playing out back in the financial crisis?
Yeah. No, for my sins, I did look at global banks at that stage, and it was quite a steep learning curve. And what stands out is the fact that it almost never seemed enough. If I cast my mind back, I think RBS, Royal Bank of Scotland, had to come to the market 4 times for additional capital. Now, I'm not suggesting that that's going to be the case with African Bank, but the similarities to me is the fact that the quantum of the write-downs is always more than management, even in the conservative expectations, had to expect. And I think it's just a fresh reminder that banking shares are unique in the perspective that being highly leveraged companies, they are very much at risk for a dry up in liquidity. And, I think that's exactly what we saw at African Bank, that the debt funding providers was pushing for the rights issue to come through, and for the rights issue to be big enough to provide a buffer for them, that they don't stand the risk of having to take any losses.
Yeah, thanks for that, Johan Scholtz, banks analyst at AfriFocus.